Hello and welcome to this bite-sized revision video on data protection impact assessments. A data protection impact assessment, or DPIA for short, is an assessment of how your processing will impact the rights and freedoms of an individual whose data is being used. It is not solely a risk assessment for data controllers, but instead should be designed to pull out any areas of handling of personal data where your processing may have an impact on the individuals concerned. A DPIA is not required for all types of processing of personal data. Instead, the requirement under GDPR is for any processing that is high risk. The GDPR specifically calls out these three areas that require one. 1. The systematic and extensive evaluation using automated decisions and profiling. 2. Processing on a large scale of special category data or criminal conviction data. 3. The systematic monitoring of a publicly accessible area on a large scale. The GDPR also allows for organisations like the Information Commissioner and the European Data Protection Board to create further guidance and requirements for what sort of things would be considered high-risk processing. The Information Commissioner has published their standards on what they believe to be high risk, and these include things like using innovative technology, so something new and that's not been tried before, profiling or using special category data to decide on access to services, so for example applying for benefits, those sorts of things. Profiling individuals on a large scale, processing biometric data, so things like your fingerprint, iris scan, that sort of thing. Processing genetic data, matching data from one source or combining data sets from various different sources, collecting personal data from a source other than an individual without providing them a privacy notice, otherwise known as invisible processing, tracking individuals' locations or behaviours, and in combination with any other criteria from the European guidelines, profiling children or targeting marketing or online services at them, and processing data that might endanger an individual's physical health or mental health or safety in the event of a security breach. It's important to note that a DPIA should not be completed solely by the Data Protection Officer. For a number of beneficial reasons, it's always best for the business area to complete the DPIA, and the DPO should be on hand to offer advice and guidance while they are doing so. Ideally, and in accordance with your obligations under Privacy by Design, a DPA should be completed as early as possible in your initiative or project. It should detail the following: what you're doing, so a description of the envisaged processing, an assessment of the necessity and proportionality of what you're doing, what measures should be in place or you're envisaging to put in place to demonstrate compliance, an assessment of the risks of the rights and freedoms of the individual, what measures should be put in place to address those risks, the documentation to evidence and support that, and how it's going to be monitored and reviewed to ensure that they are in place and that they are working. Article 35 gives data controllers the power to consult with data subjects where they deem it appropriate. This could be, for example, a system that collects a lot of data on individuals but has a big public health benefit. Getting their input therefore could have benefit to assessing the impact. Article 36 requires controllers to consult with the ICO where their DPIA shows the processing to have remained a high risk even after all the controls have been put in place. The ICO will then review and provide advice. When consulting the ICO has detailed on their website what they require from you as part of that consultation. This includes respective responsibilities for the controller, joint controllers and processors, purposes and means of intending processing, measures and safeguards in place to protect the rights and freedoms of others, the contact details of the DPO, where applicable, a copy of the impact assessment itself, and any other relevant information for the ICO to be able to advise and support you. If what you're doing or propose to do is deemed unlawful by the ICO, they may prevent you from going ahead or order actions to be taken before you do. In the resource area is a link to the basic template DPIA that the ICO has produced. Ensure that you've read the template to see the sorts of things it's asking for, its structure, and how the risks are presented.